I've gone on footballwhispers.com and I've had a look at the top 6 sides and what do they need. Because Liverpool today have signed Fabinho, 39 million. He's a 6'2" striker, 24 years
Is he
of
striker?
age. Sorry, he's not a striker. Damn. Did so well. Right back or midfielder. Possibly of the Patrick Vieira or Yaya Toure mould. Very exciting player. Not in the Brazil World Cup squad though, which is interesting, I thought. But
they're 24 as well.
Let's rattle through.
That's funny, by the way.
What is?
It's like how many people, on Twitter, like, again, love Liverpool fans, love you all. But how they jumped on him being like the most amazing signings if they know who he is.
They do hype
They've seen him week in, week out, and then they chuck it out like a video of him playing. And every single YouTube video you ever see is great.
Yeah, true. But he's like his stats are decent. He's made I think he made like the 3rd or 4th most tackles in the league last year, and I think he's like 5th in the passing stats as well.
Oh, maybe I'm being harsh.
But I know what you mean. Liverpool fans do seem to hype to the hills every signing ever, no matter what, no matter who it is.
But do you know what I think? Let's start with Liverpool then, because Football Whispers has got them going after a few people. I think goalkeeper, they're going to be looking at people. Yeah. Maybe another midfielder. But these are the players that apparently they're going for. So Nabil Fekir from Lyon, attacking midfielder.
He's the guy that last night, I don't know if you watched Republic of Ireland France last night. He was absolutely fantastic.
He was
brilliant.
He's been brilliant for them. I think it was I want to say 19 goals, 7 assists or something this season for Lyon.
He performed last night.
Really? Yeah. So he's attacking midfielder, or he can. So that'll be interesting for their midfield 3 because you've got Henderson, Wijnaldum, Milner, for example. Chan's going to go to Juventus. It looks like, and then those other 3 could quite easily be totally swapped with Naby Keita, Fabinho and this Fekir guy. They're in advanced talks, so that's a whole different midfield. Also, Jack Butland, Craigie. There we go. Off you go.
You, mate.
Could he step up to the level of Liverpool?
Before the season, I said absolutely, 100%, no doubt. But this season, ironically, with what I was just saying, the top keepers, the pressure, all that, he's been, if I was being kind, I'd say he's been average this year.
Is that because he's been busy?
Maybe. That is his one saving grace. He's been behind the worst defence in the league. So
when we finished bottom, we finished bottom or second bottom, and Rob Green, honestly, was world class that season. Some of the saves he made because he was so busy. So it can go both ways. Then you
could argue that he's got more opportunity to make spectacular saves. I'm going to put it down to he's had a bad season as opposed to he's a bad keeper because before that he was the England keeper the next 10 years sort of territory. Everyone's being biased, but I feel like it can't. I think this is nailed on.
Okay.
So the funny thing is that I know an Everton fan who literally admittedly had the best day of his life on Saturday. He said, and then I said to him, "Do you think it's a bit sad that you're celebrating that over your whole season? That's your best day." And he went, "No, I enjoyed every second of it." and he was saying he'd have a party if Jack Butland joins Liverpool because he said they'll never win anything.
Do you know what was really interesting? Right, I did a video with Chris Pajek today, and we're talking about goalkeepers. And I was saying, now's the time to, with the squad that they've got. That generally everyone's 24 to 28, which is great.
Yeah.
But go get a really experienced goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Go spend silly money on that. Because you've got loads of attacking players. You've got enough attacking players. Got a really good midfield. The defence is better because you've got Van Dijk now. Go get Alisson. Go get Oblak from Atletico Madrid, who's one of the best now. Him and De Gea are probably the best, and you've got someone who can.
Would he move to Liverpool from Madrid?
It'd be hard to wrestle him.
Madrid and Atletico are a big team.
I guess so.
But yeah, I know your point.
But go for it because and then we were talking about how he said probably since the Premier League started, 3 years with Pepe Reina. Apart from that, they've always had a dodgy goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You think David James for years?
It's Liverpool are a massive club,
but they've gone and got players. They've gone and got like young goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Go get a 28-year-old who's class. That's what I think they need to do.
That's a good point. I think Butland, he could do it still. I think it's nailed on.
I'll just read him through.
They definitely need one, don't they?
Sorry?
They definitely need one, don't they?
Butland's 26 there. He's not young.
Yeah,
but
is he good enough?
He should be peaking.
That's the thing. I guess. Go get someone who you know is world class, because they've got the money to do it, and they've spent enough money everywhere else, and it is about your spine, isn't it? I'll just read through them just so you guys know at home. Lanzini for West Ham, Julian Brandt from Leverkusen, Wilfried Ndidi, who had a really good season at Leicester City last year, made a lot of tackles, but again I don't think they need another midfielder. Bernd Leno from who's a goalkeeper. Jonas Hector, Butland, Allison, and Fekir, as we discussed. Yes.
What happened to Thomas Lemar at Arsenal? Did he sign a new deal at Monaco?
I'm not sure he did. I think people will be on high alert, as they say.
Yeah, because I know Arsenal and Liverpool both after him. But,
right.
Sorry.
So Arsenal, 6th last season. Here we go, Dom.
Good season though.
So I'll read through the names. Tell me if you like any of these. Malang Sarr from Nice.
Wait, sorry, where are you starting?
I'm starting at the bottom.
Okay.
Max Meyer from Schalke's linked with another team, Spurs. That's it. Malcolm, who they were linked with.
Malcolm from down the
I love it. Allison, Malcolm, Fred.
Where does it say Malcolm on this?
Javier Pastore, Paris Saint-Germain, of course. Carvalho, who every single year is linked with West Ham and Arsenal. Jean-Michel Seri from Nice as well. Socrates. He's past his best for me, but
making me captain.
Bernd Leno, goalkeeper again as well, and Stefan Lichtsteiner, who's 36 and
34,
Juventus.
Is he 34? Or is 36 maybe?
I think he's 36. Where do you think Arsenal need to strengthen?
Well, I think they need to strengthen at the back, defensive midfield, and in goal. But the jokes aside, I mean,
they don't need a world-class striker though.
I would know.
They need a solid defensive midfield.
I feel like they need. I feel the number one thing they're missing is a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
Patrick Vieira sort of.
I don't think they've ever replaced him.
No, I think you maybe you're right. To be fair.
One that's not on there, but I'm like, surely, Stefan Nzonzi.
So they were linked to him.
In the past, and Seville, Unai Emery.
Can we go back to Nzonzi?
Speaking of those,
brilliant.
I think David Luiz would be a great signing, don't you?
Hello.
I've spoken to Owen about this. Owen actually suggested it.
Did you? Have you told the guys at Arsenal?
I haven't passed it on.
No, you should.
Owen said he's
But the thing about it is that they work together, obviously, at PSG. Hence,
of course.
They're looking to add a bit of older experience to the club. And I think there are all these younger players coming through, and I include, and people laugh at me about this, but I think Rob Holding as a player coming up, I think he will be a fantastic footballer.
How old is he?
Oh, you're right.
23 is it?
Something like that. Yeah, he's young. I think 23 sounds about right.
But yeah, I think he could be a big player in the future. But I just think
you need a guy, don't they? They need that like Van Dijk. They brought him in, and automatically the rest of the defence get better because they feel better because they're with this guy who's awesome. David Luiz maybe is that guy.
He's certainly a presence, isn't he? He's got that kind of grit within him.
Yeah, I wonder would Chelsea sell him to a rival?
Would he go to someone like the Champions League as well?
True.
I get the impression he
needs to play football first. I mean, actually, what's probably most likely is he'll wait because Conte will probably go.
Do you still feel, Jay, he's only viewed as a good player because of his hair?
Yes, I do.
Still follow that theory?
No, I think I might have been wrong with that.
Can I be honest with you?
Go on then.
Max Meyer, Malcolm, Seri, Socrates, and to a lesser extent Leno. I don't really have an opinion, and I mean that in an honest way because I when sometimes people go, I think he's good at this and good at that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him enough.
But, fair enough.
But I hope that Arsenal add experience to the team.
Yeah. Do you what kind of player do you want? Are you happy with a young player or do you want established guy?
I think for Arsenal to succeed, I think you need, and it sounds really cliche, I think you really need a mixture of both. I think you need 2 or 3 players in each position in defence, midfield and attack who have been there, seen it, done it. And then Lichtsteiner, I think it's fantastic to have him in there, even if he only plays 8 games. And then you have those players like Bellerin, like Holding or whatever coming through. And I think that it's about balance in the squad.
I think what's going to be interesting to see, I wonder if there's 15% more you can get out of all of those players, and then you really find out what the potential of that is. Just because I feel like with Emery, you've got someone coming in who's about the detail, and I think that squad's crying out for that. I think previously it worked with Wenger with the way that he wanted to play because he allowed great players to do what they wanted to a point. But now, Emery will offer something different. I think you'll get a bit more from everyone as a collective.
And also the away from the in and outs. I think away from the in and outs. I think you look at the team like you have Lacazette in the team. There's Pierre.
Patrick Aguiman.
Yeah, I almost said Patrick.
Say Patrick.
Bangman. You got Mkhitaryan, the team Ramsey.
If they will stick around,
it's genuinely is a strong team going forwards.
True.
So it doesn't need too much tweaking. I wouldn't expect too much next season.
Okay. I put this out on Twitter, guys, and I've got quite a few different things, and we'll do some of the other teams maybe in the next podcast because we've got some Everton and some Watford and other teams as well.
Is there relegation? Is it?
We could do that.
I'm joking.
Fergal McClements, United, Alderweireld and controlling number 8 and a left-footed left back because of Gloucester had Ashley Young. Let's have a look at Man United, who they're linked with. They're linked with Fred. Jesus. Another one. Fred, don't know this.
And William, eh?
Savic is the midfielder from Lazio. Alderweireld, as Fergal said. Willian from Chelsea and Alexandro, who is that left back that you're after, I think.
Could you stick Bale into the Man United potential list? That is the only club I could see him going to.
Yeah, Flav was saying that possibly there's some... He said something like he would maybe let his wages go down and go back to Spurs. But I can't see that.
I guess he's won enough trophies now, so he'll be right.
I mean, he can almost just like...
Very good indeed. I'm just seeing if there's any others from other
I'm sure there's been something.
teams.
Willian would be an amazing signing. Surely Chelsea wouldn't let him go.
Yeah. Oh, do they need a Willian?
I think a player like that's available in the market, you kind of go for it.
I've said this a couple of times before, and I'm probably completely wrong, but I said if Willian signs for Man United and they get Bale, those flanks, I think
if Willian signs for Man United
and they get Bale,
yeah,
then they would be second favourites to win the Champions League. I think they would have a massive chance. I think they would win the league in England.
So what happens? Who's getting dropped now then when that happens?
So again,
who gets dropped? You've got Willian, you've got Bale, you've got Sanchez, you've got Pogba.
That's mental, isn't it?
You play
Martial, you got Rashford, you got Lukaku.
You drop Martial and Rashford, and you play Sanchez and Bale.
Not bad, is it?
And then you have Willian as an option.
I
think they're crying out for proper width and proper intent from wide positions.
I think that's a style thing as much as the players that they need to bring in. I agree. I don't think Ashley Young's the answer. I like Valencia. I think you still going to have time for a player like him who's maybe not got as much pace, but he's still quality right back. And he's very switched on.
It's weird. Don't just listen to all that, not including Bale and Willian. The amount of talent Man United have got going forward, they've got to put all their thought and change into the defence.
Yeah, and I think they need a
They
need a playmaker.
Jones and Smalling aren't going to win you the Premier League anytime soon. They're going that way, I feel.
Yeah, well, and if you think that FA Cup final defence, were all players that Fergie brought.
But yeah, several years.
It's a long
ago.
time. Yeah, but that's the point. You're not evolving that.
Yeah,
that team.
Of course. Yeah,
and it's not. Yeah. They're not there because it's Bonucci and Barzagli and those guys who've just won 7 titles.
If Man United are willing to chuck 150, 200 at Bale, I think that could be spelled a lot wiser in defence.
Another left-sided player though.
I'm not sure. But the bookies have him as favourites to stay at Real Madrid despite his comments.
Interesting.
And when you think about it logically, if Ronaldo's in his twilight years, then who would they really bring in that's better than Bale?
It does feel like
no one.
He's made some very clear comments though, hasn't he? So Reno, who's Chelsea, and played for the Ball Street team. Bloody legend. Don't know, but here goes. A goalkeeper to replace the overrated Courtois.
I've had that from Irwin, yeah.
At least one new centre-back and centre midfielder to play with Kante that isn't Bakayoko, and a decent striker. I'll take Oblak, Tarkowski, Koulibaly, who's Napoli, and Aaron Ramsey, Vardy, Kane, Mertens, Lewandowski. One of those.
I think there's some great shouts in there. I'll tell you what I would say. I think Lewandowski would be an absolutely unbelievable signing. I think Ramsey in there would work beautifully.
Yep. He would, wouldn't he, with Kante?
It would be perfect.
Lacking a bit of physicality though, maybe. Yeah, but I guess you could, because Fabregas is kind of on the way out, so you could have maybe. But I feel like you need a tall guy in there sometimes.
Yeah,
maybe not. They missed Matic this year big time.
And I think he needs to rethink the centre back a little bit. Tarkowski, I've got a love-hate thing with Tarkowski, with him coming from Brentford and doing a lot for us. He plays good football. I wouldn't put him in the top bracket for Chelsea.
Okay, interesting.
It's an interesting one from that as well. And I feel like this player has to make, if he really wants another go experience, maybe Champions League football or European football, top 6, I feel Vardy should do something now.
He needs to, if he can have a good World Cup, it'd be interesting to see if he starts, and if he does, we'll have to do that in 2 weeks, like what the team's got to be.
20 league goals. He must thinking, look, I've got one career, I've got maybe 2 more at the peak-ish. Maybe.
He's done his time at Leicester as well. He signed a new deal. He's done his 2 years. Yeah. He does need to move on.
I liked how he stayed at Leicester. Yeah, even though I think he would have added something to Arsenal.
Yeah.
I liked how he did it.
I wonder if we'd be talking about him if he wasn't still at Leicester. Because I don't think he would have got the games and therefore the goals.
Maybe he's weighed that up.
Yeah, but I think now at this age, he's done it.
Why not? He can now definitely guilt free. There's no guilt about leaving Leicester.
So Chelsea linked with Koulibaly, Gelson Martins from Sporting, Alessandro Florenzi, Andrea Bellotti. They love the Italians, don't they? Leon Bailey. A lot of people talking about him having had a great season in the Bundesliga. Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid. You like that, do you, Dom?
Well, I have to say I'm a bit surprised he's on there.
Oh, you don't rate him then?
No, I do, and I don't see why
how much he would do.
Would sell him.
Mario Icardi, I want to talk about as well because I think he would be a great fit for Chelsea because he's a bit nasty. He's Italian. For some reason, Chelsea are an Italian club.
It all fits, but for Saul, whatever, however you pronounce it,
better call Saul.
Better call him. Yeah. Because the point I was going to make was Atletico Madrid. Why would they want to sell him?
Yeah.
Because for him, I've seen him a few times now, and he's a tidy little player, tidy little bastard.
I was going to say, if you want to listen to the whole podcast, then do that by downloading it on iTunes. This is just a part of it, but there are other great bits as well. Ryan Sessegnon, Max Meyer again. I haven't seen him, Max Meyer, so I don't know anything about him. Sounds like a superhero. Luke Shaw. Matthias de Ligt, who's a centre-back from Ajax, Gav Bale, Bertrand, which I thought was quite interesting.
Someone's going to get a bargain with Bertrand.
James Maddison from Norwich City, which would be silly in my opinion, not even nearly good enough to make the step up, and he's not going to...
Why is he on there?
Why is he even on there? He was in name a QPR player, he was in his pocket, with being 4-1 at home. And Cedric Suarez, I wonder if Pochettino feels like he can take him to the next level, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like Spurs...
Whether they need something?
I think Dembele looks like he's going to go to China.
Dembele's in China?
Is he?
So his contract's up at the end of next season. So they might get a tiny bit of money for him.
That'd be horrible.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a waste, yeah.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. But apparently he's sort of had a purple patch during the season where he struggled with injuries and struggled with form a little bit, but he is fantastic for them. That would be a massive replacement that will be needed. I wonder if they think that Harry Winks can do the job, but I think I see the Spurs squad going backwards. When we get to the point where we're saying who's going to finish where, I reckon by August you'll be looking at it and you'll be thinking they'll be going backwards because Alderweireld's going to go. Whoever they bring in is going to be...
definitely going to go?
Yeah, pretty much, because he's got a clause in his contract. So his contract's up at the end of next season. No, I think something like that. Oh no, they went for an extension, which meant that they can put another year on his contract, but there'll be a 4-week window where he can be sold to anyone for 25 million. So to get more than 25 million, which they think that they can get at this moment in time, they think they can get 50 plus for a 29-year-old, but it is him.
Yeah.
They'll probably sell him this summer. And Man United look like they're going to get him, which is...
But they're just giving Pochettino the biggest contract going. So they must be willing to put more money. They must have convinced him there's more money coming.
Well, apparently, like 6 of their players are going to be signing as well, and it's all the big guys, all the important guys. So again, I think for Spurs it might be one where keeping the players is as important as bringing in new ones. Yeah. But I feel like they will need a centre.
I think they need another striker as well.
Will the stadium?
Kane goes, then what?
Will the stadium impact them the same way as it did with Arsenal?
I don't know. I have no idea. I imagine there's more money coming in than there was when Arsenal made the change.
But it's a funny one because, like, in terms of if you look at the league table in terms of how much money people invested, Tottenham have done so much better than they should be doing. Like Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Like, if you could put them in comparison to the rest of the league, they spent their money incredibly wisely.
Pochettino should be manager of the season if you do it by pure money spent, all that
Well,
stuff.
I think Sean Dyche would if he did that.
But the fact is, how many years have we got in the Champions League now? It's the third on the bounce.
This will be the third on the bounce.
Net spend is like, fuck all. He's done amazing.
He has done brilliantly. And there's a calmness about Spurs fans because of the fact that they've kind of had this feeling at the start of the summer for the last 3 years. And he's brought in some random dude and he's turned out to be Davinson Sanchez or whatever it is.
If it was you, would there be a calmness, or would you'd be like, fuck, we need to win something now?
I think there should be a natural antsiness because you've got such a great squad. I guess it's what you believe. Do you believe that this level of squad is going to last forever as long as Pochettino's there?
I get it. You said it's like Brentford, and for a while ago, and people laughed and whatever.
Yeah.
But I get it with Brentford because I always think.
Well, come on now.
We've been top 10. For 4 years in the Championship. Come on.
Yeah.
Give us a moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And
because if that's the height,
I mean,
that's great. Okay, but it's not what you want.
You enjoy it while you're doing it.
Yeah.
But then when you look back at it when you're in League One, you're thinking, I remember those times we were top 10.
Expectations have sale-by dates.
Exactly.
And once you burst through an expectation, you go through the cellophane. And you've got a kind of, I don't know, you've got to eat it. you've got to get it eaten. You've got to get it eaten because if you don't, it's going to go off.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, no, that's good. You have to eat the fucking sandwich through the cellophane.
Yeah,
otherwise it goes.
That's a great sandwich.
Yeah,
and you've been happy to just have it in the fridge, but now you've opened it and now you want to eat it. Yeah. And if you don't eat it, it's going to go off.
It's almost like you're constantly trying to build the sandwich so it's perfect. But
the longer
you take to make this perfect sandwich,
it's going to go off. It's going to go stale.
Then you used to go in again.
And the bread's going to go stale.
Yes.
So, prediction. I know this is slightly off transfer. Sorry. How many trophies will Tottenham win next year? no, genuinely.
Next year?
Yeah,
they'll get one. They'll win one next year.
Under Pochettino.
Oh, ever?
Ever?
Oh, mate, I don't know. I think the thing is it's always an uphill battle for them to win trophies, and I think what you might start to find with Arsenal is that
they win fuck all as well.
That they start winning fuck all again, and actually you go, oh, hang on, these FA Cups were all right, weren't they? That simple ham and mustard sandwich wasn't actually that bad.
Yeah.
Always after your chicken triple. Maybe you should just enjoy your ham sandwich where you got it.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more.
Perfect. Final one, Man City. Can they get any better, firstly?
Yes.
Okay. Secondly, let's have a look at the players that they're linked with. Riyad Mahrez again. He has been gasping for a move since he won the league. Will he finally get it? Thiago from Bayern Munich. That'd be frightening if they brought him. But I guess you could have him and Fernandinho battling out. I think that a replacement for Fernandinho sooner or later is maybe something that they're going to need. But next year, I don't really know if they need that many players. The one that's flying off the page for me there, Isco from Real Madrid. That would have to be a outrageous bid, and it would be very strange.
I feel that if that was to happen, Bale's comment might be the straw that breaks that one's back. Where Real Madrid have almost got to stick a twist.
Do Man City need anything else?
Need to get rid of
I think they need a striker.
They need to focus on defence a bit. I still think they're lacking a centre back.
Centre back? Otamendi's had a great season.
Maybe actually, yeah.
Companies, I guess, coming to the end.
But
maybe you're
I
right.
always quote at the quarterfinal against Liverpool, conceded 5.
I think you're right.
Well, against Man United, conceded 3 in the second half.
I think they need another striker as well. They should maybe go for Lewandowski as well, because they could do with a target man at times. I think
It's mental, isn't it?
it's mental. It's absolutely mental.
It's weird, isn't it? They absolutely pissed the Premier League, but to win the Champions League, you've got to get Lewandowski and them sort of players. I mean, how much money? How good do you need? It's ridiculous.
It's an attractive club to go to.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to go. If you're a top class player, you know you're going to add something to them,
and you're going to get better yourself.
And yeah, exactly, and you'll win things.
Yeah,
but it's insane, isn't it? That you've as good as they are.
Guardiola has said there's not an endless amount of money.
Oh, it's close enough. What he can't do.
But there mustn't be.
What a manager, though! What a manager!
Yeah,
incredible what he's done with such difficult.
But sorry, there mustn't be an endless pot, because otherwise he could attract all the best players in the world, because they are winning everything.
Yeah,